Right now, 250 million light-years from here, something is playing a note, not a metaphor. A real sound moving through a real medium, holding the same pitch since before anything on Earth had a backbone. One note, no pause, no change, no ending. 2.5 billion years of it, and it is still going. The thing playing it is a black hole. You were told that space is silent, and that rule is real. Sound is not a thing in itself. It is a pressure wave, a squeeze traveling through stuff, air, water, stone. Take away the stuff and there is nothing left to squeeze. A scream in a vacuum has nothing to push against. So between the galaxies, silence. But that is only true where there is nothing. And in one particular kind of place there is something. A galaxy cluster is the largest structure gravity has ever managed to hold together. Hundreds of galaxies bound into a single swarm. And the space between them is not empty. It is flooded with gas, impossibly thin and impossibly hot. Tens of millions of degrees glowing in X-rays across millions of light-years. Thin gas is still a medium, and a medium can carry sound. In 2002, NASA's Chandra X-ray Observatory pointed at the Perseus cluster and stared, not a snapshot. A long, patient look, the kind you take when you want faint things to climb out of the noise. What climbed out were ripples, not stars, not galaxies. Rings, faint alternating bands of denser and thinner gas, spreading outward from the exact center of the cluster. A pond surface, except the pond was a galaxy cluster and the stone dropped into the middle of it was a supermassive black hole, firing jets into the gas around it. Andrew Fabian's team at the Institute of Astronomy in Cambridge measured those rings. And this is the elegant part. You do not need a microphone to get a note. You need a wavelength. Measure the distance from one crest to the next, work out how fast sound moves through that gas and the pitch falls out. Crest to crest in Perseus is about 35,000 light-years. Sit with that. One single wave of this sound is roughly a third of the width of our entire galaxy, which means one full oscillation, one complete rise and fall, the thing your eardrum does hundreds of times a second, takes about 10 million years. Put that pitch on a piano and it lands close to a B flat 57 octaves below middle C. Octaves are halvings. Every step down cuts the frequency in two. So walk it down with me. The lowest key on a piano is already at the edge of what you can hear. Go one octave beneath it and you have left human hearing behind entirely. Keep going and you pass through the register where elephants call across kilometers of savanna, and blue whales call across hundreds of kilometers of open ocean. Keep going past them and you reach the deepest sound our own planet makes. After a great earthquake, the whole Earth rings like a struck bell, one slow swing every 54 minutes. That is the lowest note the Earth has. And from there, you would still have to have it more than 30 more times to arrive at this one. Over 1,000,000 billion times deeper than the limits of human hearing. The deepest note ever detected from anything in the universe. And here is where it stops being a curiosity. All that gas is glowing in X-rays, and anything that glows is losing energy. So it should be cooling. Cooling gas gets denser. Denser gas cools faster still, and the core of that cluster should have collapsed long ago into a runaway firestorm of star formation. Hundreds of stars worth of gas raining into the center every year. Astronomers went looking for that firestorm. It is not there. The gas in the middle of Perseus refuses to cool. Something has been putting the heat back in. The sound is what? Those waves are not just evidence of the black hole, they are a delivery system. Every ripple carries energy outward and gives it up to the gas as it travels. Carving out the cavities that launch them costs as much as 100 million exploding stars. So the picture turns over, A single black hole at the center of hundreds of galaxies is holding that entire cluster in shape by humming at it. The note is not a side effect. The note is the thermostat. In 2022, NASA went back to the actual waves in the Chandra image and turned them into audio. A sonification sweeping around the center of the cluster like the hand of a clock. To make any of it audible, they had to lift the frequencies by 57 and 58 octaves. That is not amplification, and it is not a recording of a black hole. It is a translation, a wave that takes 10 million years to pass, carried up into the narrow band your body happens to be built to notice. Hold on to that word, narrow. Your hearing covers about 10 octaves. The universe is not playing in 10. Because there is no special physics out there. That note from Perseus is a pressure wave in a medium, the same phenomenon as your own name spoken across a kitchen. The same equations, the same mechanism. The only difference is scale, which means sound is not decoration in this universe. It is structure. The same physics that carries your voice across a kitchen carries enough energy across a galaxy cluster to decide whether stars get to be born. And it is still playing. Right now, while you sit here, the next crest is moving through space. It will not finish crossing for millions of years. It was already ancient when the first animals appeared on Earth, and it has not missed a beat since. Not a warning, not a signal. Just a very large object doing what large objects do in a register we were never built to hear. If that stays with you, follow it. Watch you have never once seen the present. The same universe arriving late, right in front of your eyes. You carry the weight of stars. Look up.